pasta pot with a strainer, a small saucepan with a lid, a small skillet, spatulas, a whisk, knife, measuring spoons, and measuring cups. Processor, a juicer, a zester if you're going to be doing your own nutmeg, whole wheat fettuccine or another whole grain fettuccine, lemon juice, and I have a lemon here because I want you to use real lemons, okay? Not some fakey lemon juicy thing that comes in a jar. Unsweetened almond milk, you could use soy milk, silken tofu. This is broth paste. This is what I would use, or you could use extra miso. Nutritional yeast, cashews, miso, shallots, nutmeg, dried mustard. This is freshly ground black pepper, spinach, and a little bit of fakey cheese. Now, this is the non-dairy cheese, and we're only using a 1/4 cup. You could not use any of this, which I have made this before. I like the way this makes it a little creamier, but you know, whatever floats your boat.
Oh, hello darlings, LaDiva here. And I'm just trimming off a little bit of my spinach for this fabulous Fettuccini Alfredo. Now, when I decided that I really wanted to have a girlish figure for the rest of my life, I had to choose some different foods. And I thought, oh gosh, I will never be able to do Fettuccini Alfredo, but I was wrong. This is a great Fettuccini Alfredo, and it's creamy, and it makes you feel like you're really indulging. The main thing to put in, vegetable-wise, is the shallots. Let's get started.
I'm going to use a little less water than what is usually on the back of the box of your pasta with the recipe. I find that I don't need as much water to heat, and so therefore it heats faster. All right, now I'm going to chop up the shallots. If you don't have shallots and you just have onions, don't worry about it. I think it's nice to use a different type of allium, and they have a nice flat edge. My pan is heating and the fettuccine is already cooking. Okay, so I am just going to paint a little oil onto this pan, which is hot enough. My shallots. And let them cook for a couple of minutes. And I can see these are starting to sear. They're not really going to fry at all because there's not enough oil for that, but they're going to start cooking, and I want them cooked. And I'm going to turn down the heat. And the shallots are almost done. So now I'm going to work on the sauce. I'm going to start with the cashews because I want those to be fairly well whipped up. So in a sense, I'm going to make a little cashew butter for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. I'm not going to let it get to entirely the cashew butter. I'm going to turn off the heat, and I'm going to empty these into a bowl, and then I'm going to put my spinach in, and it will just take the residual heat and it will wilt a little bit. So I think you can hear that there's a little sizzling going on, and keep turning these with the heat of the pan so that they will wilt a little. Put a lid on just to keep that residual heat in. So now I have a meal here, and I'm going to add the other ingredients to it. This is almond milk. Especially when in cooking, I'd rather use soy or something that doesn't have as much flavor. Silken tofu, lemon juice, broth paste. I just like this stuff. I can add some flavor, but I don't have to worry about adding water. Ground pepper, dry mustard, nutmeg, and nutritional yeast. Now let's whip it up. Once it's fairly pureed, pop in your shallots. Okay, so I have a pan that's heating, and I am going to pour in all this lovely sauce. Scrape out the sauce so I get every little bit of it because I love it. And I'm going to add in that cheese and let it melt. So the heat is on a medium heat, and that will melt. Wonderful. And now I'm just going to put in the Florentine part, and then do my scraper to get it all the way around. Now that I turn the heat off, I'm going to add my miso. And I'm going to let this just sit, and I'm going to let the miso melt. And the miso will go all over the place because I don't want a big blob of miso, you know, in one part of my fettuccine.
Oh, hi, Marty Davy. Okay, so fettuccine, great. All right, so the fettuccine is cool because it has the spinach in it, and you don't really cook it. You know, you just kind of put it in and steam it a little bit, so it's not totally wilted and dead. You're getting some good fats in there, and you're getting a protein source. And the cool part is that feeds 6 people. So when you're thinking about the grand scheme of this is my biggest meal of the day, if you could have it in the middle of the day, that would be the best, because you're still kind of moving around like I am, and we got to run and get out of here. You have a really great combination of fats and folate and all kinds of really great stuff you need. So go get it, and feel free to use those, you know, quinoa or the whole grain pastas instead of the whole wheat. But if that's all you can find, then that's life, and that's better than just a white pasta. All right, darlings, so let's try this fettuccine. I like this. The nutritional use is excellent. If you're in the mood for like big food, this is it.